I sat there, staring at Yuri's corpse for what felt like fucking years. The game wouldn't let me leave, nor would it let me look away. Act 1 taught me my words were meaningless, that I couldn't save anyone. Act 2 taught me something worse. I was never supposed to. Every choice I made, every poem I wrote for Yuri, every moment I spent trying to connect was feeding into an obsession she couldn't control. An obsession that I kinda wanted. Well, needed. Yuri knew something was wrong with her, but Monika just kept pushing, kept amplifying, kept twisting until she broke. I wanted this game to be an escape, a place where I mattered. Now, the dating sim is dead. The literature club is gone. What's left isn't a story anymore. It's just a room. Just Monika. When Act 3 starts, everything stops working the way it used to. The shit-inducing tricks, the scares, the frantic gore is all gone. The game, or I guess Monika, strips down everything until there's nothing left but an empty room and one person. There's no more game, no real choices, no other characters, no festival trash, just a silent void and the distorted ambience of a song that's long gone broke. She sits there across the table looking at me, and in one of the most memorable, terrifying, yet beautifully crafted moments in gaming, Monika calls you out by your name. More specifically, she literally drops your PSN name like it was nothing. This moment had me so scared, so happy, so... you know? But before I could fully comprehend what just happened, Monika, with a calmness in her voice we've never heard before, explains everything. At first, she said she deleted them. Yuri, Natsuki, and Sayori. She calls them scripted personalities, placeholders for player fantasies. She says they weren't real anyway. And that got me angry. I was pissed that she erased them. I was pissed that my feelings for them meant nothing to her. I kinda wanted to hate her at this point. But then, as I calmed myself down and she started talking about how trapped she felt and how the world seemingly grew more gray, I started relating to her. She talked like someone who'd been staring at the same wall for years and finally noticed a crack. She talked about being trapped in code, watching the same loops, watching pretend people stumble through lines they didn't write. And then she saw me, the only thing beyond the fourth wall. She didn't preach, she didn't gloat. She sounded human in a way no other character had sounded. So I sat there, 12 years old, controller warm in my hands, reading. The longer she spoke, the less I wanted to leave. The more she talked, the more it felt like the quiet, small fantasies I used to have at night. The ones where a girl from my neighborhood would be next to me, and we would put our arms around each other. Monika gave me that. Not exactly, but enough that my immature, lonely brain accepted it. And so for almost an hour, I stayed, just reading. She asked why I joined the club. She said things that cut straight into whatever was raw in me. She said, "Were you just that lonely?" I guess everything turned out perfectly for us. I have you, and you have me. It felt comforting in a warped way. It felt like a person finally saw me. It felt like the fantasy graduating to something that could breathe. I would listen to her talk about high school and college, and the importance of keeping Earth alive, and about fears, wants, needs, dreams, and on and on. I grew genuinely attached to her due to how she fulfilled the greatest need I had at the time. A person who genuinely loves and cares about me. But this time, it's actually real. However, not all good things last. And as a game achievement states, she's not real. And at that moment when I read that achievement name, I remembered you can delete characters in this game. At that moment I realized, in order to progress and see the ending, the true ending of DDLC, I had to delete Monika. It hurt, realizing I spent an hour in this serene, unsettling place with someone who didn't exist. I wanted to have my fantasies fulfilled, and in deleting her and seeing the real ending of DDLC, it forced me to confront reality and my loneliness. It was a major part of my development as a young 12-year-old trying to seem mature by playing a cutesy game packed with sexy anime characters. This moment was just huge. I vividly remember a crush I had on this girl in my neighborhood. And I remember just laying in bed at the dead of night imagining her with me, and the feeling of having someone right there beside me. Only to reach out and feel my hand cut through air and land on a cold, desolate bed. That's why Act 3 was so haunting. It mirrored the way I used to create intimacy in my imagination, then forced me to destroy it. That experience, growing attached to Monika, then being told she isn't real, became a major part of my development. I'm a bit older now. That girl from my neighborhood, we never dated. The fantasies I had didn't manifest the way I imagined. And yes, while I see how ridiculous it is to talk about something I went through only 2 years ago like it was 20, you know, a lot can happen in 2 years. Bottom line, DDLC taught me this. Loneliness is real, and burying it in fantasy only makes it sharper when you wake up. The game didn't fix me. It didn't make me less lonely, but it made me understand what I was doing. Using fiction as rehearsal for intimacy I was too afraid to reach for in real life. And here's the thing about that cold bed. About reaching out and touching air. It hurts. But it's also proof that you're still reaching. That you still want connection, even when it feels impossible. If you're watching this and you relate, if you've ever felt like relationship and closeness are always just out of reach, like you're watching everyone else live while you sit stagnant on the sidelines, just know this. It's not forever. The loneliness you feel right now, it is real. But it doesn't make you broken or pathetic or less than anyone else. But fantasy can't hold you. Code can't love you back. And as comforting as it is to live in those quiet, imagined moments, they can't replace the messy, terrifying, beautiful thing that is real connection. I'm still figuring that out. I'm still reaching, and I'm still touching air sometimes. But I'm reaching in the real world now. I have friends, and that matters. So if you're 12 or 17 or 25, and you feel like you're trapped behind a screen, watching everyone else connect, just give it some time. Be patient with yourself. And when you're ready, reach out into the real world. Turns out, you really didn't need an anime girl. But the game wasn't done with me yet. Deleting Monika shouldn't have been the end. The game made its point. She wasn't real, the connection wasn't real, and I had to face that. But here's the thing about DDLC. It doesn't let you off that easy. The game resets one final time. And this time, something's different. Sayori is back. alive, president of the literature club, and Monika's just gone. And for the first time, the protagonist walks in by choice. No manipulation, just wanting to support his friend. At this point, I'm already kind of tearing up. This is it. The version I'd been hoping for. No corruption, no manipulation, just normal. This is the fantasy I craved all along. After all the nice, cute anime dating whatever fucking happens, the club meeting wraps up, Yuri and Natsuki leave, and it's just me and Sayori in the classroom. She starts talking, casual at first, then her tone shifts. She thanks me, specifically, for getting rid of Monika. And just like that, I realized it's a cycle. Whoever becomes club president gains the knowledge, the self-awareness, the ability to see through the fourth wall. Sayori now knows everything Monika knew, that the world isn't real and the other characters are just scripts, and I'm the only real thing beyond the screen. She wants the same thing as Monika wanted, to be alone with me forever. There was no saving them. No version where I could stay. Something would always break it. Before Sayori could trap me the way Monika did, the screen glitches. A text box with what seems like Monika's dialogue cutting in. She didn't fully get deleted. And in one final act, maybe mercy, maybe control, she deletes Sayori, deletes the club room, deletes the backgrounds, the music, everything. She admits it plainly. There's no happiness to be found in the literature club. There never was. The structure of the game itself, the fact that someone needs to be president, guarantees that whoever takes that role will go insane from the revelation. So she does the only thing left to do. She deletes Doki Doki Literature Club. And then, a voice.
Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you, because I worked really, really hard on it. So, yeah.
Monika's voice. She sings. It's gentle, melancholic, almost apologetic. The credits roll over her words. A love song, a farewell, an acknowledgement that she loved you even knowing it was impossible. Finally, when the song ends, the game closes itself. If you try to reopen it, you get an error. The game is gone. To play again, you have to manually delete the files and reinstall. A hard reset. Sitting there, controller in hand, staring at the error screen, I didn't know how to feel. Part of me was relieved that it was over. Part of me felt guilty, like I had put these characters through hell even though they weren't real. And part of me, the part that had spent an hour with Monika, that had imagined a girl lying next to me at night, felt the loss of something I wanted to keep. But I also understood what the game had been trying to tell me the whole time. Act 4 isn't just an ending. It's proof that the cycle never stops. That no matter how many times you reset, no matter how hard you try to make the fantasy work, it will always break. The fantasy was never built for you to hold. It was built to show you what you were using it for. Dan Salvato designed the game around this. You can't live in fantasy worlds forever. Someone will always gain awareness. The illusion will always shatter. You have to let go. You have to reach out in the real world this time. And that, my viewers with long attention spans, looking at you, Dad, were my long thoughts on DDLC. This game is a masterpiece. The writing, the music, the characters, art, psychological horror, everything came together to create something completely unforgettable. Nothing will change how much I love Sayori's warmth, Yuri's literary passion, Natsuki's hidden depth, and Monika's tragic-ass arc. Dan Salvato, if you're by some chance of insane luck watching this right now, I want you to know that your game has literally changed my life. It changed how I look at horror and the video game genre as a whole. You raised the bar. Doki Doki Literature Club is one of those once-in-a-lifetime games that impacted me so much I wrote a 15,000-word script, 3-part video series about it. And so, I can finally say, this is the Media Guy, signing off. Take care.